What's going on, guys? Chad back with you here on the RC Models and More channel. Let's talk about FPVing with our Phantom. Phantom 3, Phantom 4, 4 Pro. Last video you saw that we did the installation of the HDMI module into the controller, and we tested it with the AVEGANT GLYPHS goggles. So first of all, main important thing, you're going to want a good set of goggles. Doesn't get any better than this. Now, as some of my videos I've talked about, the one downside is the earmuffs. Probably going to be a little bit warm, but as far as when it comes to quality, doesn't get any better than that. So now let's talk about this whole heap of wires here. First thing we need is we need to get 5-volt power into the cloner box to power it. How we achieve that is I'm using any type of 3-cell or 4-cell battery that you would use for a multi-rotor, and that is coming into an XT60 plug into a switch. Switch is optional, don't really need that, but if you like to turn your stuff on and off. That is going into a regulator that has a potentiometer in it. Now this is all taped up so you can't see it, but basically what you can do is you dial that down to 5 volts, and then on the other end of that you are going to have your cable for power, which is going to plug into the heart of it all, which is this HDMI cloner box. So this basically is a zero latency pass-through HDMI recording device. It has a microphone input, which I'm using a DJI Osmo microphone so I can pick up all of my audio. I'm using a SanDisk low profile USB thumb drive. Out the video from the goggles, the video from the Phantom remote is going to go in, and then we're going out of there with a short cable into an HDMI splitter box. This one's made by eBay. I've got all this stuff off of Amazon. I don't have an affiliate page or nothing like that, but I can provide you with links if you want to. This will get its own power somehow from the HDMI. Not sure how that works. Now from there you got 2 outputs. You got one output that you can use to go to your goggles, and the other output you can use to go out to a secondary pair of goggles or a screen for your visual observer or your partner to help you actually guide your shot, everything else like that. And that's it. It's real simple. And the results speak for themselves, that's for sure. All you do is press the little button right there to start and stop your record. Make sure that you stop it before you would unplug your battery or power off your switch. And then you'll get some DVR video out of there. So I got this all on a tripod. I'll talk about that when we go outside. And don't want to take full credit for this. This whole setup comes from the FPV racing circuit. A person called Bapu FPV, Bapu Madhu, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He came up with this for the Connex HD racing system. and I'm just adapting it to work with my Phantom. So in actuality, if you want to fly FPV, all you need is your goggles, your module, and your HDMI wires. But if you want to DVR the HDMI footage, because it looks really good, then you'll need to go with this cloner box setup. So let's go outside and take a look at all that and take a look at the flight footage. Alright, so here we are in a real world scenario. This looks kind of scary at first, but if you're on a commercial operation or if you're at home flying, even if you just wanted to drag it all out to the field, it's not too bad. We've got the Manfrotto Action Tripod here. This first part is the Connex receiver, so just ignore that. We've got the HD cloner box with a microphone to pick up our audio, USB stick here to record the video, and then basically this cable here is going to plug into the HDMI port on the Phantom controller, and it's going to come into the cloner box and go out to the splitter. Now out to the splitter I have the connection to my glyphs, and the splitter has dual outputs, so you actually could output to another portable screen that the client that you're working with or your visual observer or your partner could actually look at to help you get the shot that you want as well. So I keep everything here nice and neat. I use these real hard ties that you can wrap around and create all kinds of cool shapes with. And you know, we went over all the parts already on the bench, but I just wanted to kind of show you in the field what it would actually look like. So we'll power everything up, take a flight. Alright, so I verified I got a picture on my glyphs. I also have a picture on my screen now too. There is a setting in the Go4 app to display both simultaneously. So I'm going to hit record on the DVR box. So now you'll be able to see the actual DVR footage. Alright guys, here's the actual DVR footage that we're getting through the cloner box. You can see in the FPV screen that you can see what flight mode you're in, your satellite signal, remote strength, HD video strength, battery percentage, your height, your distance, your heading, and your velocity. Now, there is a little bit of lag compared to using the actual Go app itself, but the video that comes through the glyphs is amazing. I know I've said it a million times over and over and over, but this picture is so much brighter and so much easier to see what you're actually doing versus using the iPad or tablet or whatever. It just makes everything easier, like for commercial or for shooting or just flying FPV in general. It is just a joy. And again, the great thing about it is that I can maintain constant line of sight with the Phantom if I want to. I can also just glance right down, touch the iPad or the iPhone, make any changes or anything I wanted to. Now this is just a simple flight, just showing you basically how the DVR works and what the FPV screen looks like in case nobody has ever seen it before. Now, I've mentioned it before in some of my other videos, but it's important to also realize that if you have an Android device like the NVIDIA Shield K1, it actually will output the exact same screen that you're getting from the Go app. So you'll have the total Go app in the FPV screen, not just this type of view here. So that's pretty much going to do it for the video. I just want to show you guys the setup and everything. If you have any questions, again, just let me know. All this can be put together with tripod and cloner box and everything for around a couple $100. It would be nice if there was a way, and I'll still look into it maybe, to create some kind of 3D printed bracket or something that I can attach to the actual remote. Or maybe if I even wanted to, I could get a case for my iPad Pro and then just basically stick everything on the back. But since I'm using this for my Connex system, you know, I kind of don't want to chop up the wires and stuff. So you can shorten those wires up and everything. They're all separate connectors that you buy off of Amazon. So that's going to be it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Appreciate the watches, views, thumbs ups, subscribers, all that stuff. So go ahead and sub to the channel if you would. There's going to be plenty of awesome stuff coming up. We'll see you later.